Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here to talk about my comics for the week. Alright, first of all, a new book from Radical Comics, Caliber. This is pretty awesome. It retells the origin of King Arthur and Excalibur in the Old West, and instead of a sword though, Excalibur is a gun, but unlike the sword though, it can only be fired by by a chosen one, in this case Arthur, only when he has the law on his side. Basically, as long as Arthur uses the gun in defense for the law or whatever, he can use the gun. If not, if it's fired for vengeance or anything like that, then it won't work. And this is pretty great. It retells King Arthur's tale in the Old West. It's pretty awesome. Artwork's amazing. Let me try to show one of my favorite shots here. Just trying to find a good page here, and yeah, here we go. This is Arthur when he's using the gun for the first time. It's pretty sweet art. Art's pretty great, and like I said, Excalibur is a gun now, and it's used for that. And also, Merlin has sort of been replaced as a wizard. Instead, he's now sort of instead he's actually a Native American witch doctor right here called Whitefeather, who serves as sort of the Merlin of the story. Caliber's pretty great. I'd highly recommend finding this and reading it. Pretty sweet. Alright, next up for Comics of the Week. Pretty light week. First of all, Darkwing Duck number 9. Another fun issue. In the beginning, it's kind of like a Mad Men parody where this ad executive, Duck Draper, is sort of telling how Darkwing is trying to figure out a way to promote Darkwing, sort of get him back on the public side, but Darkwing calls his idea stupid, and he falls out the window while trying to give him a big dramatic speech. And after he crash lands and just sort of reflects on his life for maybe a few hours, he hears an alarm. It's the St. Bernard Public Library, and he runs into Steelbeak. And Steelbeak tells him that once Quackerworks came to power and dissolved Shush and Fowl, some people of Fowl still remained, and now they're trying to summon Ducthulhu to control everyone on Earth. And so Steelbeak pretty much thought they were going too far and decided to find Darkwing so that they could stop him before they summoned Ducthulhu. So Steelbeak and Darkwing team up, and Darkwing tucks Gosalyn into bed, and he tells Morgana to keep an eye on her because he doesn't want them involved since it's dangerous. Doesn't tell him why, but Gosalyn notices him with Steelbeak, and she thinks Darkwing's being mind controlled. So she gets in her old archer costume and falls off after him. I think Gosalyn's arch identity was called the I just looked it up. The Quimpleton Duck or something. I don't know. If you look it up, just put. I don't know, but anyway, she goes off and Morgana's just doesn't notice, which is funny. So back to Darkwing and Steelbeak. Steelbeak takes Darkwing to the Fowl headquarters, where they get overwhelmed by the number of Fowl agents there, or eggheads actually, and they have no choice but to escape. But Steelwing gets shot, and now Darkwing has to pilot their flying car to get out of there. Darkwing Duck number 9. Awesome. I love it. I love this series. It's amazing. Moving along. Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 155. Death of Spider-Man Prelude. Peter Parker gets fired from his fast food court job. So he gets a call from Jonah Jameson. Spidey swings off, meets Jonah, and Jonah tells him that since he knows that Peter's Spider-Man, and that also since he saved him from dying, he wants to help Peter in whatever way he can because he owes him a lot. And so Peter asks for his old job back, and he tells him that he needs his job to help pay for college, but then Jonah says that he'll offer to pay Peter for his college, but Peter says he wants to pay his own way without his powers. So Jonah makes him a deal that he'll give Peter his old job back, as well as start up a scholarship for Peter. But he has to give he wants Peter to give him the full run on the story, sort of quote him as Spider-Man, so that the people will actually know what goes on in the fights in New York City. So Peter and Jonah accept the deal, and Peter goes off to stop another robbery where he gets confronted by his old friend, Kitty Pryde, dressed up as the Shroud. And once they take care of these pathetic guys on boards, Peter and Kitty are back in Queens, and they sort of catch up, and Kitty tells Peter that Kong bailed on her, and he told his mom, and they've moved to Wisconsin. So Peter invites Kitty to come in and have dinner, and all of Peter's friends are there to surprise him for his birthday. Yay! And Bobby's happy to see Kitty. Everyone's happy. Peter got a birthday present from Tony Stark, which is redesigned web shooters. Sweet. And he and MJ talk, and they decide to just get back together. No big moment there, so Peter and MJ are back together, and he got new web shooters. All just in time for him to die. Oh, wait. Die. Sorry. Yeah, I'm saying that in quotations, because he'll be back. Alright, Death of Spider-Man 155. This was actually a little better than the last issues. We got a little more development here. Finally getting to what Jonah was going to do, and Peter's got new gear, and he finally gets back together with MJ so they don't have to keep teasing that along and stuff. But again, a lot of talking, no action. Still, it's a prelude to the actual death, and the Sinister Six will return. Don't know how Norman's going to come back. I'm interested in that. So, yeah, not bad, but not great. Alright, now for DC. Superboy, number 5. The race between Superboy and Kid Flash. Okay, this is a great jump. If you haven't been reading this series, it's a great jumping on point, because by itself, you get the Superboy Kid Flash story, and there's also some hints to the big picture of what's going to go on with what Jeff Lemire is planning with this. Superboy basically, issue opens up with Lori Luthor trying to figure out a way to get out of Smallville. Superboy kind of recapping everything that's been going on since issue 1. And he goes off and is getting ready for the big race between him and Kid Flash. And Krypto decides to run alongside the two. And the race is on across the entire world. It's not just a straight shot, otherwise the race would just be a few minutes. Instead, they had Mr. Terrific of the Justice Society design a whole route for them with a lot of twists and turns. And along the way, though, they do stop a couple of robberies and supervillains. And they take a break in Egypt, where Connor sort of talks to Bart about his relation with Cassie, about how there's always something standing in between them when they try to start things up. And so he and Bart resume the race, and as they get closer to Smallville, Superboy notices the Phantom Stranger by Lori Luthor's house, which is strange. And the race resumes, and they're neck and neck, and the winner is, spoiler alert, Krypto! So basically, Krypto won the race between the two. Between Superboy and Kid Flash. Funny. And so Superboy tries to talk to the Titans about what happened. And in the end, though, it's revealed that Lori's house is actually near what appears to be the broken silo that they've mentioned since issue 1. Interesting. Okay, Superboy number 5. Awesome. I love this issue. It's great. It's great fun with seeing Superboy race Kid Flash. Awesome. And nicely done how they're pretty much saying that the broken silo is at Lori's house. So that kind of sort of ties Superboy a little more closer to Lori. Okay. Well, that's it for my comic review. Superboy number 5. Get it. It's fun. If you haven't read by itself, it can be read just for the Superboy Kid Flash race. It's a great jumping on point because it does sort of recap everything that happened. So, that's good. Death of Spider-Man 155. Wait till next issue where hopefully the death will actually begin. Darkwing Duck number 9. Fun. Just pure fun. If you love the TV series, then I'd recommend this. And Caliber. If you love the Old West or the Tale of King Arthur, or both, get this book. It's fun. It's awesome. Just basically awesome. And of course, my comic for the week, I would have to go to Superboy. Okay, I'm giving it to Superboy because it's great for the long run. Because like I said, by itself, it can be read for the Superboy Kid Flash race, and it's also great it's also a great jumping on point because it sort of recapped everything. So yeah, and that's all I have to say for this week. This has been pretty short considering how long my other videos were. Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.